All right, ready to go.
Good afternoon, beautiful people.
Hello,
Welcome back
everybody.
to the TimeOut podcast. Ollie and Vens. Got a lot to
Sir.
talk about today. Hopefully you guys had a great week leading up to a very great weekend, very great Sunday. I don't know about you, but it is snowing outside. It's terrible.
Yo, like crazy. I was supposed to be out. I was supposed to be in a meeting. Meeting got canceled. I'm supposed to go. I got invited to a kid party. Like my cousin's daughter is celebrating. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it, bro.
It's bad. Like if
I,
you
I,
wanted
I
to go, you should have been out already, type of thing.
nah, I don't. The thing is, I don't mind driving in the snow. I'm not. I believe in my driving skills. But I know New Yorkers cannot drive in the snow. They cannot drive in the rain. They cannot drive in the snow. So I avoid driving in the snow because yo is I don't know yet, man. I'll see. I'll see how that will go.
hmm 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 Yeah, well,
Yeah.
a lot happened in the sports world today, guys. We saw the Chiefs get away with highway robbery again. Um, we saw the Detroit Lions implode.
I will be honest with you, bro. I kind of feel bad about this one because I'm not obviously Lions fan, but I endorsed the Lion when my Niners got when my Linus got
And what happened?
eliminated from playoff contention. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna endorse my favorite rappers team. I endorse the Lion because of Eminem, clearly. And yo, the Commanders, man, they are an exciting young team, and they destroyed the Lion. So I'm gonna test. I'm gonna test. I'm gonna
You need
test
to
the
start rooting for
theory.
Kansas City. That's what you need to be doing.
No, not yet, not yet. I'm gonna test the theory though. I'm gonna vote for the Eagles next week and see how that goes. I'm gonna see how that goes. And then, if it's in fact me, I'm gonna start rooting for Kansas City again. But yeah, it's just crazy though. That Kansas City game was it pissed me off, bro.
Robbery.
Like
Robbery.
we saw Mahomes try to get a call
Yep. The
when
flailing.
yo, I'm like, bro, I just went like just call it Kansas City referees. You don't need to call it Chiefs. It
The
is just
roughing the passer call was to me was the like I don't know if you saw the replay, but for
I
the
saw the replay.
when I'm not
His
even
knees didn't touch.
I'm not looking at the player during the replay. I'm looking at the ref. The nigga has his flag ready. Like his
To throw.
it's like you ever see somebody with a hand on a holster, like when they got
Yeah,
the
yeah,
gun
yeah,
ready, and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
him with his flag. Like he was as soon as
Ready
he
to
saw
throw that.
Mahomes get touched, he was ready with it.
Bro, this is ridiculous, man. Like, and I feel like they're gonna get carried to another Super Bowl just to can say they had the three-peat, which is stupid in my opinion. But
This is what I hate about because we talk a lot about why is nobody watching the NBA? Da, da, da. This is why personally I find it hard to watch the NFL. It's no big secret. I find it
mhm,
hard to
mhm.
watch the NFL sometimes. Okay, my team's not doing good. We're the Panthers. Good news, quarterback just learned how to be a quarterback again. Right? He dealt with a relationship problem. He broke up with his girl. His girl was dating Tyrese Maxey. He found his fire back, and we're looking like a team again. But we're not a good
All
team.
right.
So I
We'll
don't
see
have a
how
lot to root for. So it's hard for me.
you need to get him protection now. Once you get him that protection, he has weapons. I
We had
think he has
Cam
yeah,
Newton as a quarterback. We weren't good at getting him protection. That's not us.
yo, that's
It's not us.
you comparing this kid to Cam. Cam
No,
was
I'm
on
not comparing
another
him to
level.
Cam. I'm saying we had
Oh.
nothing for Cam.
Oh, to protect Cam. Okay, I see what you're saying.
He ain't
Because
getting nothing.
nah, they're gonna have to get him protection. And another thing that pissed me off too, the Texans, man, they are such a bright young team, and that's another protection problem. Like, yo,
I
I was
was
gonna say Bryce Young. Bryce Young is your quarterback. CJ Stroud was getting dropped. Like, I don't even know like why, like what. he was getting dropped all over the field, bro. Like
and they weren't
it
gonna win.
doesn't make sense as this way. They need to protect the kid,
They
bro.
weren't
Like
gonna win. They weren't gonna win. They were not gonna win. I did
they were
that.
not gonna win, but it could have been a more exciting game like the Commanders and and the Lions was because
The
the only
refs
thing
wanted
is
out of it though.
yeah, but the team the I feel like Houston could have put more of a fight.
How much of a fight can you put when you can't tackle the freaking quarterback on the opposite team? The man slides. He slides, and it's a,
Yeah, it's a rough in the passer call and he
it's
get
a rough. He
another one and
slides.
10.
He
But
slides.
yo, all props though. The kid I'm talking about Mahomes. I'm allowed to call him a kid because I'm older than him. He is him. He is him. You saw that pass when he was getting dropped to Kelsey, and Kelsey was just standing here, and the ball just got to Kelsey's hand. And Kelsey acted like he did a whole lot. Nah, bro, you didn't do shit. You just got a ball drop in your hand by Patrick Mahomes. But yo, and that's my issue with the Chief. Like I love Mahomes, I love his game, but they make me hate the kid.
The refs do.
Yeah, the refs. Pat can ball, but the refs are taking away from his greatness. And I had that convo when I was talking to a few people. I was telling them Taylor Swift is taking away from the greatness of the team, but now it's the NFL and the ref. They are taking away from the greatness of the team. Because at this point, this is ridiculous, bro. Like how how much help does a team need? You already went what 15-2. Now it's playoff ball. Let's see how it plays. You got the
My
team to the playoff.
That's such a great point that you make. But and that goes back to my initial problem with the NFL is like the NFL is clearly doing this for money because I'm gonna be going. I'm so sorry for the viewers. I'm gonna be going all over the place because there's a lot of similarities in the way the NFL is treating this and in the way the NBA has treated it sometimes. So I'm gonna point back to Evan Turner from the Philadelphia 76ers when he was playing in Philly. He
Hmm.
said and they were talking about when they were going against Boston in the playoffs to play Miami, the LeBron Miami. And he was like he was talking about how Andre Iguodala told him you gotta win by 10, but then you gotta add another 10 for the refs. You get me? Because if
Hmm.
it's not a favorable thing, it's like who do you want to see in the next round? Do you want to see the 76ers versus Miami in the next round, or do you want to see Boston versus Miami in
Versus
the next
Miami
round?
in the next
The
round. Yeah.
same thing is happening in football, except it's worse because Patrick Mahomes has already won and he's already getting the Tom Brady comparisons. Stay with
Hmm.
me. The
Hmm.
NFL is already championed him as the next Tom Brady. So they're going
Yeah.
to do everything in their power to
To
put him
make
in
him the
position
next Tom
to
Brady.
either surpass or equate to Tom Brady. Now,
Hmm.
they're gonna do whatever it is they need to do to get him there. It's still up to him to play great and to do like the rest of the stuff that he has to do. The issue is with everybody that's watching, everybody that's like they get the whistle, the refs are on their side. The issue is the team itself isn't playing in a way that's dominant enough for you to question whether or not, oh no, like no, this team is good. They don't need the refs, even though the NFL
Hmm.
chose them to be the team of the league and chose
Hmm.
them to be the cash cow of the league. They don't
Hmm.
really need it. This team is solid. There's so many games this season that they should have lost that they didn't because they got a whistle. And for us to see that in the playoffs is disgraceful because you have so many other teams in the league who are good to either be the cash cow of the league or to be a championship contender and make that legacy for themselves. And they can't because you have one team getting a favorable whistle over all
Hmm.
the others. Even the Ravens, you could argue if they play against the Ravens, they are still going to get the favorable whistle. And they're going to play it like it's going to be a Mahomes versus
Versus Jackson.
Jackson, and that's not going to be true.
let me tell you this though, because I don't want to lose my train of thought. You see, with you talking about the quality of the team, I had that argument with my stepdad. So my stepdad is a big football fan. He don't know any other sport. He only watch football. Unfortunate Giants fan, but he only watch football. Football. So we were talking about how the team, like the Chiefs team, is that great team, is that good team, is that wonderfully put together team. And I told him I can name 10 wide receiver better than Worthy, like James Worthy. And I'm like, Juju Smith-Schuster is not that receiver anymore. Is not that
No,
caliber of
no,
receiver anymore.
no.
The only thing they have going for them, they have a great quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, and they have a wonderful running back that got injured, broken leg, and did not perform well yesterday, and Isaiah Pacheco. Also, they have Travis Kelce that's been playing like shit ever since he got in a relationship with yesterday. Yes, I'm gonna give it to him. Yesterday he balled out, but toward the season, it wasn't.
There were questions about him. Yeah,
If we were choosing, because they always do that comparison, like greatest tight end toward the season. If we were doing the greatest tight end toward the season, besides Kiddo, that played crazy to try to get the Niners in the playoff, the tight end that caught my eyes this season is Laporta. Bro, I was gonna talk about this today, and I'm glad I got there. They don't talk about this kid enough, man. Laporta is putting himself in that tight end conversation. He is balling out. So when you tell me that the quarterback's greatest receiver, yo, okay, think about it. Has there ever been a season where Tom Brady was throwing to Gronk and Gronk wasn't playing at that level? I'm not talking about Tampa Bay Gronk. I'm talking about
no,
Patriots Gronk.
you're talking about prime New England. You were talking about New England.
Yeah,
Gronk. Yeah.
Patriots Gronk. There was never that, like Gronk was always on that level. Although Tom Brady had other weapons, he had Julian
Yeah, yeah,
Edelman.
yeah.
He had
Edelman. Yeah.
at some point he had
But him and Gronk had the most. It's him and Gronk though, because they had the
yeah,
yeah
the
that
connection.
connection.
That's why he
Yeah,
brought Gronk with him to Tampa Bay,
yeah.
made him come out of retirement, and Gronk got another ring out of it.
That was
Like,
the
and
most set up thing in the world. Gronk retiring was like the TikTok ban.
they at least T-Mobile got a great commercial out of
Yeah, yeah.
it. But yo, talking about TikTok real quick, TikTok is back on. Oh, nice. Last night, my Instagram feed, I saw a bunch of young kids going crazy. I was like, oh my God.
This man was like, applications are open
And
or
on NZ, yeah.
Well, you foul. You foul.
Ah.
You foul for that. But yeah, no, it was man. Speaking of applications are open for TikTok, is Jared Goff out of a job?
Jared Goff?
Is he
Nah,
out of a
bro,
job?
nah. He has one
Speaking of
more in him.
applications are open,
He has one more in him.
is
Come on,
he
man.
done?
No, 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 no.
is it time?
I'm not gonna let anybody blame Goff or anybody blame any of the Lions. He was yo, I was texting. I tried to call you yesterday, but I guess you were busy.
No,
Because that
I
game
couldn't pick up
was
at the
so
time.
great, bro. I was like, yo, I gotta make sure you're watching this game. And my sister was texting me, yo, why is nobody playing defense? I was like, because it's gonna take away from the greatness of the game. The
It's
game
not
was,
about
yo,
defense.
let's put points on the board and see who can put more points. So I don't think Goff is out. He threw two picks, right? Yeah, he threw two picks. But yo, I don't think so, man.
Is he done? Is he done?
I think he has one more in him.
We had Coach
Leave.
crying in the post game interview. We had Coach crying talking about something. It's my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault.
It
And
is
all
his
this stuff.
fault. He had no answer. He had no
Yeah,
answer for
done.
the Commanders offense. You hardly did he have answer for the Commanders
He
offense?
didn't have
Did
it. No, he
he?
didn't. He didn't.
You hardly see a game like that where um there's two teams just putting. It's like a boxing match.
Yeah.
I'm throwing punches, you're throwing punches, and
But
whoever get
there's a
knocks
part
out.
of me too that kind of hated that they played that way. You get what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I love that,
No,
bro. That's the game I like.
this is not like as a fan. This is like just strategic.
Oh,
The
strategic. Okay.
Commanders are a young team. They're a young team with a great QB with the potential to get hot. You don't want to go into a gunslinging match with a team like that, especially if you can lean back on your defense and like not make it a boring game because you can put points on the board. You're 15-2 for a reason. You can put points on
Mm-hmm.
the board,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want to like. Why would you play to their strength? You get what I'm
Their
saying?
strength. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because then now you're playing to their strength. You're not focusing on the defensive end, and that you're doing everything they want you to do. They're like, all right, bet you want to put points on the board.
Let's put points
that's
on the
like
board. Yeah.
to make the comparison to basketball again. I'm sorry, y'all. I watch ball. I watch
It's
ball.
all good. It's all
It's like
good. I mean,
it's
it's
like
a sport podcast.
it's like the Portland Trailblazers going into a shootout with prime Golden State. You're gonna lose every time.
You're
They
gonna
matter
lose.
because your defense is already iffy. You have Damian Lillard, so you're like, yeah, we could shoot with Golden State. Okay, start
Mm-hmm.
shooting with Golden State. See what happens. Now you have until the third quarter, and you can't you can't do anything. You can't make it back up. That's exactly what
Mm-hmm.
happened in this game. You're
Mm-hmm.
playing
Mm-hmm.
strategically they got lost in the sauce of like the flow of the game and just being like, nah, they score, we gotta try to score back. They do something crazy, we gotta try to
We got
make
to
a
do
crazy
something
play
crazy.
back.
Yeah. Make
They
a
they
crazy play
they
back.
do like
Yeah.
a crazy route happens. We gotta match their energy every. It's like no, you don't. Play your game.
Because
Play your
that
game.
yeah, because you're gonna lose every time because their quarterback is not your quarterback. Your
No,
quarterback cannot scramble like their quarterback. Your quarterback is a veteran, older quarterback. Their quarterback is a young kid full of energy coming out of college.
and he
But you know
wants to
what makes me
score. And he
happy?
wants to score. So it's like, yes, you want to play fast. You want to do this style. I'm with it. Like let's.
I'm with it. Yeah, let's do it. You know what makes me happy about the Commanders though? I was kind of worried that we will not have another 49ers story where I'm sorry guys, I'm a Niners fan. So where you have a quarterback, a QB that's just coming out of college and then got handled a team and then is carrying that team far in the playoff. Even if they don't beat the Eagles, because the Eagles just won their game next week, it's a sweet story for that kid because Brock Purdy did not beat the Eagles when on his first championship NFC championship game. He got injured in that game. And it got so bad that we had McAfee throwing the ball because we lost all our QBs on that game. I was
I
so pissed,
remember
bro.
that.
I
That
was
was a
angry.
crazy.
Yeah, I was
They're
angry.
like, oh, Christian McCaffrey played quarterback in high school and he could throw the ball. I was like, yo, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah. But it's gonna be sweet seeing that kid now play with the Eagles, and I hope the Eagles try to match their energy because you have Jalen Hurt who can scramble. You have a wonderful running back in Saquon Barkley, and then they can it's a poetic story for Ertz. It's coming. It's gonna play against his old team, the Titan of the Commanders.
I don't think it's
I mean, I like C players
from
beating
from
their
that
old team.
from that perspective. I don't think it's like the thing.
Yeah, it's not like they didn't want
That's
him and they
not the
throw him
story.
away,
Yeah, that's
but
not like
yeah,
the
yeah.
story though. Like, oh, he's
But
playing against his old team.
I like seeing that. I still like singing. I don't know why. I just like singing.
I'll tell you
Um,
what the story is though. There's a lot of teams now who don't want the Commanders to do what they're doing because the Commanders are playing with house money. They have nothing to lose. The only way is up for the Commanders.
it
The
is
teams that they're going to be going up against are teams that had something to prove. The Lions, you could argue the Lions should have a championship by now.
definitely did.
They shouldn't have. Last year
La
was their
last year
championship.
against my Niners,
Now
yo,
their
we did not win.
championship window
We
is
fought for that
closing.
game.
Their
It is
championship
closing because
window
Goff
is
is only
closing,
getting older.
and he's only getting old. That's why I'm like, hey, is he like? Cause
I don't
and
think. I think he has one more in him. If I'm the Lion front office, I don't touch that team. I don't change like the starting lineup. I don't know. Only thing I do, I try to get a young QB in the draft. I don't know what pick they have.
but then you have an ego problem because quarterbacks are divas. Anytime you hear the mention of a young QB getting drafted, that quarterback could be 53 years old. He gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah, but they don't have a that's what I said in the draft. I don't think the Lions will have a high pick. So anybody that can come in, you can push the narrative that Goff is gonna mentor that QB to become the next one.
I don't know. And then so
I
that's so
mean, it
that's so
is
that's
it
one
is it
tier.
is it is risky in a sense of what you say. Yeah, you might have a problem where Goff is like, yo, I still have because there's nothing more crazy than aging player. You still think you can play.
Yeah,
At comparison again, Carmelo in Portland, remember? And so Goff will be like, yo, I still can ball. I still can. Me personally, I think he has one more in him. I do think so. Watching him toward the season because it's that okay. Look at Sam Darnold. Everybody thought Darnold was trash, right? He was my backup QB last year. Backup. Darnold only played week 17. What Purdy was starting over Sam Darnold. You see how crazy that is? Brock Purdy, who was Mr. Irrelevant. It's still a beautiful story for that kid, but he was Mr. Irrelevant, like drafted dead last. He's starting over some. They bought Donald for the sole purpose of being Brock's backup. Same thing this year with Josh Dobbs. I want to see if Dobbs is gonna get a nice contract next toward the summer. I doubt it, but I
that
want to see
that
it.
unless
Eh,
unless he got Tobias Harris agent, I don't think he getting a nice deal.
I don't think so. But they saw what Donald could do. I think Purdy went down for a couple of games and he played the last game with 17 and he balled out and he got a contract with the Vikings, which put him in the nicest situation that can be for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, just that's like an audition game. I see what you're saying with that, but it's like but then I'm
He
getting
did not he
sidetracked.
did not make it far in the playoff,
No,
unfortunately. But he had a season where he can ask for good money.
but that leads to my point though, because it's like it's not so much so when I'm saying it's not so much so he played bad or he didn't play well enough to warrant a contract. It's he's getting old. It's not we're not gonna get the same value we get season after season after season, and we have to keep gauging whether or not he still got it. And whether or not he thinks he still got it, he's gonna be asking for I still got it money when we're at a
Is
point
he
in
is
the
he is he
team.
on a contract negotiation now?
I don't think he is. I think they got him under contract for next year too. I'd have to
They
check.
got him on a contract for next year.
Yeah, I think so. I
I
don't think
think
he's in
I
a
think
position
I
to
think
become
I
a
think
free
it's
agent
still
every year.
I think he is if he don't ball out next year, then he's gonna have a shitty contract because I think it's still on for he's only 30 years old. I mean 30 years old in football world.
30
That's
years old
crazy.
is you're ancient. You're you're an old Toyota with 100 miles on it by
Listen,
30
man.
in the NFL. You're in the NFL 30 years
Yo,
old.
Goff was a first round pick for the Rams.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But like
I
that's my
remember
point
I
with
remember
the
him in the Rams.
that's my point with the Commanders. What you gonna call it? The Commanders. You look at Philly. Philly's another team. Philly's another team with a lot to prove because you could argue again. Philly's a team right now by now should have a championship.
Dude, they have him for 3 more years. He signed a four
Yeah, yeah. I'm
four
over here.
year extension during this season. They have him for 3 more years. For 3 more years. He
I'm
extended
over
for four
here.
years.
I'm over here thinking he had next year to resign, and then He's here
He
for
got
so
his
so
money. He got
they're
his money.
they're committed to him for the next 4 years, and he's only getting older. That spells disaster. That spells we need to win now. We don't have we need to win now. We need to draft this another QB, and for the next 4 years,
To get
if he's
prepared.
terrible like next year, we got to start thinking about his replacement in the next couple of years of his contract because it's
I'm drafting a QB. If I'm the Lions, I'm drafting a QB this
okay,
summer.
you're pulling a Jordan. You're getting a Jordan Love type of talent.
Yeah, I'm drafting a QB probably in the third round, fourth round, putting him on the bench, getting him like garbage time game, have Goff mentor him to become the next one.
Mm.
And then within his third year of contract, is he probably will be traded somewhere, and then the or he probably will be waived, and then that kid can be the next up. That's what I'm gonna do, man. Because I firmly believe that Goff has one more year, even two. He's 30 years old. What? Is just getting in that veteran sauce. Like he's 30 years
I
old.
feel like his career gonna end like Matt Ryan's.
Yeah, yeah, something similar. I did not have,
He ain't gonna
I did
leave
not
with a.
expect Jared Goff. Well, he can be the next. It doesn't have the potential, and I feel bad for saying this. People might um kill me for saying this, but he can be the next Peyton Manning.
No, we can't. We're not gonna sit here and no. We're not gonna do this. We're not doing this. No,
If
no.
he wins one, what if he wins one?
But I don't. If he
He
wins
only
one,
play
he's
so far. He only played with two teams, just like
if
Peyton.
hey.
He's a solid QB that knows
He
the
ain't
game.
he's solid. He is not Peyton Manning.
He is not Peyton. Don't get me wrong.
I
I
can't say
never
that.
said he was Peyton. Okay, the only reason why I didn't say Eli is because Eli only played for the Giants. He played for two teams, just like Peyton.
He closer to Eli than he is Peyton.
He's definitely closer than Eli than he is Peyton.
He's closer to
To
Eli
me,
than
Peyton is the greatest that. Well, nah. After Rodgers, I know people. I'm crazy.
You
After
better be
after
very
Rodgers
careful
is.
on what you say here. You better be very
I
careful what you about to say.
I know people. I
You was
know.
about to say something crazy, y'all.
I'm crazy,
You was
but
about to say something real.
it is the same age as Mahomes though. Mahomes is like 29, turning 30 in September. Only a year older.
Hey,
So what you gonna say? Mahomes only has like one more year.
no, but you could. Well, come on now. Come on now.
I'm talking with yo. If he
Come
plays
on
this
now.
game, if he
Be
plays this
serious
game,
with me. Be serious with me for a second here.
okay, I'm
Listen to
serious,
what you
Ali.
just said to me just now.
I told you he's the same age as Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes will not be able to scramble as much as he get older. He's not gonna be able to. Yes, is Mahomes great? Yes, Mahomes is great. Is Goff great and debatable? He's a solid QB.
Stop right there. Stop right there. You did. Like,
Okay,
what are we talking about?
but for his
What are we
game,
saying?
at what age did Peyton retire? What age was Peyton when he retired?
That's damn. Was he? Did he get to? If
Let's
I
see.
man, was he? If I
No,
was to, what was it, like 30?
he was 40 years old.
I was gonna say 39.
He
I was
was
gonna say 39.
40.
I was gonna say
What
30 to
age was
39.
Eli when he retired? I'm pretty sure he was about 42.
You
Exactly,
think
39, 40. So with that,
you think you okay, but like Eli, okay, old retiring Eli was nasty to watch.
yo, in my opinion, my dead honest opinion, Eli should have been the only reason why Eli was starting at that age is because he was the franchise QB. Like
He
people love
shouldn't
him.
have been
People
starting.
came to see
He shouldn't have been starting.
he should not have been
It
starting.
was nasty, dog. That
Exactly.
that's we're gonna get to that point with Jared though. We might get to that point with Jared.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because it's beloved. It's a
We're not
beloved
there
QB.
with Patrick Mahomes, which is why you crazy for what you said. You like Patrick
No,
Mahomes only.
Mahomes is
Patrick Mahomes
I feel
21.
like with Mahomes situation we might get another Tom Brady situation where that as he get older the team thinks he cannot provide anymore. He might get like, yeah, the coach love him now, but as he get older and the team start losing, they're gonna blame him on him. And then he goes to another team, got carried by the NFL, get another two rings. I feel like it's gonna be a repeat because the comparison is there. People are saying that and that, so I feel like we might get a repeat of that. I just hope that it's not true, bro. But to get back to golf. Goff is a beloved QB. People is a locker room leader. People like his team loves him. His coach loves him. Like, yo, the coach took the blame for this kid yesterday, man.
They should have, man. I'm okay. Not too. I'm not gonna review myself too many times, but then their championship to
Eh,
me, their championship window is closing, and I feel like a lot of people in that locker room can feel it.
if they don't get it next year,
If they don't get it next year, it's done.
next year I think it will be closed because a lot of players are gonna be like, yo, let me go. Feel like we're gonna get to that point with Amara St. Brown.
Yep.
We might get to that point with Laporta because
Yep.
another thing is because it's on the Lions, which I don't get why. I feel like the Lions should be a bigger market team. Yo, you have M&M hosting you every weekend.
You do, but you also have LiAngelo Ball performing before the game. Hey, not
What,
okay,
what,
okay, okay,
what's
okay.
this song name?
I
Tweaker?
was swearing when that card. Look. The song is a the song is a banger. The song is fire. The song is a banger. But
Yo, I
let's
listened to
be
that.
serious
I,
for a
I
second.
listened. You know when I finally listened to it yesterday. Yesterday, bro. I'm gonna tell you exactly when. One of those sport thing that we follow on IG posted, oh, the three brothers were in the building. And
Yeah,
I'm like, oh yo, I never listened to his song. Let me go listen to it.
fire,
It is a banger. I'm
fire,
not gonna lie. It is a banger.
banger.
I heard the younger brother produced it. I don't
Really?
know if it's true, but he puts
I know
the
Lonzo
credit.
wrote it.
Yeah. Lonzo can freestyle. Lonzo was freestyling on an interview, and he got some bars.
Yeah, well, yeah. We already
Yeah,
know about Lonzo though. We already know about
they
Lonzo.
get all the ball brothers have the credit for that.
Mm.
So
But
yeah,
yeah,
performing artists. Oh no, 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 no. Never mind. The producer is somebody called Konika and
nah,
Lucky
that
Cheese.
I know Lonzo got writing credits on it. That was the thing people kept saying.
He has it on iTunes.
But yeah,
But
so what I was gonna say to circle back to the thing, they don't have
yeah,
a the market. It's a Detroit's a weird market, man.
it is a weird market, and
Detroit's a
it
weird market, man. Because
it sucks, bro. Because they have great players. They have great players that can be in conversations. You have a Morrison Brown that should be in a conversation for one of the greatest wide receiver now, not ever. I'm not talking ever. We're not gonna put Amara with
no,
Jerry
we're not.
Rice,
But
bro.
he's a
No,
solid
no,
Q.
we're not
He's a
gonna.
solid. He's
Rece-
solid wideout.
Nah, he should be getting talk about like the kid from the Eagles, like Brown. He should be talking about. We should be talking about like Debo Samuels is getting talked about. In my opinion, he is on their level. You have um you have Laporta, bro. I was watching Laporta yesterday. I'm like, why I am not hearing Laporta's name more?
If
You're
the
hearing Laporta's name at the level of her Ertz, like the tight end for the Commanders. Ertz is at his prime, yeah, he was him, but now he can still ball, but I think it's more he has one foot out than and
then
Mount.
I mean, but that goes back to that goes back to them succeeding really because I feel like too like it's a lot of the further you get in the postseason because the regular season is one thing they were 15-2 and the players still didn't get the credit they deserve for their contributions to the record and to the team. That's one thing. You do that in the
Mm,
playoffs though, it's gonna be harder and harder for people to dismiss you. And if you do it in the playoffs, it sets you up to renegotiate for bigger money. You negotiate for bigger money, it becomes breaking news. So now more people know you. They're like, oh, you're one of the top paid players on the team. You're one of the top paid players in the league. There's the
Mm-hmm.
there's the credit and the credibility that you didn't get in the regular season because you succeeded in the playoffs. So them not succeeding in the playoffs and getting to the promised land
It's
and winning it
hurting
all
them.
is hurting them all around. It's hurting them in
Uh,
every aspect. And if the Commanders keep doing what they're doing, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be the next team to suffer again because they should have been won. They should have won. They should have won. Jalen Hurts is gonna be in some very uncomfortable conversations if the Eagles lose to the Commanders. I swear to you, I
Next
swear to
weekend,
you,
but to
because
be
they had
lit.
they had it. They had it in the Super Bowl. Kelsey brother beat Kelsey brother, and it was a tear jerking moment. They cried, did this, that, and the third. You say what you want. Personally, I think the Eagles should have won that game. That's just me. That's just me. I can I will
Mm-hmm.
die on
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
hill alone. I don't care. Personally, I think they should have won
I'll
that
be
game.
honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I think the Eagles should have won that game, but me as a call it, as the Niners fan, I'm always against the Eagle, especially when they hurt my QB, because I still believe that was done on purpose. Although we got him to play for us, I still believe that he hurt the kid on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to when it comes to when it comes to that moment with the Kelsey brother, yes, in my opinion, the Eagles should have won. But the mere fact that they hurt my Niners, I could not. I was like, I don't care. I don't care about the result.
And
I
eh,
was like, I don't care,
but yeah, they're
honestly.
gonna have to for the so I'm that game to me is interesting really from a narrative uh perspective just because Jalen Hurts when you think about him as a player from college too he was on that in that stacked QB room and
Mm-hmm.
there was like a lot of expectations there. He gets to the league, he balls out. He's in front of the media with his quotables and his chains and everything. So he's marketable that way. Now he's in the I might be crazy for saying this, but he's in the same position as Lamar Jackson, but he's in an even worse position because he doesn't have anything else to show for it. We know he's a talented player, but he doesn't have an MVP. He doesn't have any hardware to really warrant his status. And the longer he goes without any playoff success, the worse it's gonna be. Same thing with Lamar. Lamar's like safety net is the fact that he has MVPs on his resume, potentially another one because he should be MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So if Lamar's in a position where if he gets a championship, if he gets a ring, it cements his legacy as a player where he has less and less to prove. I feel like Jalen Hurts is in a position where if he doesn't make it to one, if he gets a early exit, it hurts him even more. Like at this point, he has no room to fail at this point in his career because the Eagles have had the opportunity and they just haven't succeeded where they should have.
Okay. You see how you just said earlier that this is you think the Lions championship window is closing.
Yep,
If Lamar doesn't get it this year,
he won't. It's done. They have like it's gonna close, and the team is just gonna be like, well, we've given you everything. We've put pieces around you. You're having
we
great
put great
seasons,
pieces. We put great
amazing
pieces
pieces around you.
around,
So it's like, what's
and
the
you're in the MVP conversation, and the MVP game is but to play in a few, because I believe it's a Jared Allen MVP. I believe Allen should get it.
Mm.
You guys, not Jared Allen. I said, oh, I want to say Jared Allen.
What are you
I
saying?
believe, yeah, no, I believe Allen from the Bills should get it. You
Mm.
guys, you and Noeli believe
That's some
Lamar.
Mars. That's some Mars. That's some
It's
Mars. Like
Lamar's.
if there
Okay.
was ever a season where he shut down the freaking I'm a running back talk because that was still like a little jab people kept throwing at. If there was ever a season where that's dead, it's this season.
Okay.
Is this season.
Okay. Oh,
We're talking
we
about
got
like a freaking the pass ratio. You got the all time pass ratio this season.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Anyway, we'll get to the game. We'll see in the game. We'll see in the game. We'll see in the
Okay.
game.
Let's
See in
see.
the game. Lamar, if I want, we'll see in the game.
I mean Josh Allen. I was thinking Jared Allen
Yeah,
is
I know
Josh
yeah,
Allen.
Josh Allen. Yeah, I know you meant.
All right, so let's get into basketball, man. Yo, football has been so amazing this weekend that we spent like a quarter of the show talking about football. That doesn't happen often, people, so enjoy it.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a
It
lot
was a
going
lot to
on.
unpack. Yeah, so let's see. Basketball, bro. Zion has been Zion has been on the dirt sheets this week.
Yeah,
People have been talking about him a lot. In terms of is he up? Is up for a contract negotiation, right?
he might not
So,
re-sign with him.
we okay? People are. I mean, people are debating like should he get a max?
No. So that's been that because I do watch 7 p.m. in Brooklyn and they were talking about that and stuff and I'm like no because the max contract shouldn't be you shouldn't be giving max contracts to players like it when a player earned a max deal it yeah they used to earn a max contract and
Mm-hmm.
if they got injured and during the season fine whatever like these things happen injuries happen but part of the max contract too especially it became more important these days is your commitment to the team. If you're not committed to the team, you can't threaten to leave. Why would I give you a max deal if I already know you're not committed to the team? You're not committed to the team. Why would I? You're not
I don't
showing
think
any.
Zion is committed to anything but Zion.
That's
I think
that's
Zion,
that's that's fair to say. At
yeah,
this point,
and at this point it is normal because yo, at the end of the day, I mean, I've seen how those owners handle their team trade, their team's players. I'm in corporate. I gotta tell you guys, it is a crazy world out there. People will sell you out for a bag of dirt. Like at the end of the day, it's fair to say it's a good thing that you're committed to you as a person and your talent. But now, when it comes to commitment, are you committed to get better? Are you committed to show up your value? Are you committed to um being being talked about as one of the great? When it comes to Zion, I don't think that that is a fair assessment to say because I don't think I think Zion has a lot of potential that he did not unpack personally. The reason being, I think that and people might like be like, "Yo, Vince, why are you saying things like that? Like it's not true." Well, I think Zion is lazy as a player, man. I don't think Zion's value the game as much as the game loves Zion. Feel like anybody that had gotten that chance to get there would have done everything in their power to stay there, in my opinion. And I don't see that with Zion Williamson. I'm sorry to say, maybe I'm being harsh, maybe I'm being very, very harsh with him. But as somebody who played that game, who got injured playing that game, and somebody who loved the game, it's my right to be harsh. I did not play at NBA level, but as somebody who really loved that game and somebody who played fairly like competitive basketball, it is my right to look at a player and say that I don't think that player is doing enough of his power to be great on that field.
mm,
Because I've seen greats, I've seen people who were, yo, I've seen case in point. you have that Butler hoodie on. Why? Because Butler put in the work. He was not drafted first round. He was not.
Yeah, he was
And well, I'm saying first
first.
pick.
First, I know what y'all doing.
Yeah, very first pick. Yeah, he was first round. Like he was a first rounder, but he was not the top pick, like the first pick. But his work ethics put him in that conversation. Another crazy comparison because you kept going back and forth between football and basketball. Let me go quickly into football. Brock Purdy.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes, those were not handed out success. Zion came in the league number one pick, like first round, like top pick. Everybody was talking about Zion when he was at Duke, and we had that conversation a couple weeks ago. I was telling you, I felt like um um yo, the kid you like from the Lakers, he was at Duke too.
Oh, you
Part
said you
of
wanted Cam Reddish to Cam
yeah,
Reddish.
I felt like Cam Reddish was not heard of enough because of Zion. Zion and Barrett were making too much noise, right? And look at it right now. Reddish is on a basketball court every other day, working his ass out because he wants to be part of that conversation. And he was your teammate in college. So I don't feel like Zion is putting in the work enough. Like how many times we're gonna talk about Zion's eating habits? How many times we're gonna tell this guy you need to lose weight? How many times? How many times? At this point, yo, you gotta hear it for yourself. And in early podcast, I was telling you that yo, nobody told me I needed to lose weight. Actually, my mother's talking in my ear off every day, talking about yo, why you keep on eating like that? You're gonna die. You're gonna yo. I felt the need for myself that I needed to lose that weight because when I look at myself, I was like, yo, what is this? I remember before I was telling you, yo, I'm 200 pounds, and you were like, yo, really? I was like, yeah. But now I'm 190. I just weighed myself earlier today. I'm 190, and 190. I'm working out as much as I can. I work out four times a week. When people look at me, they're like, yo, you look good. So, and I'm not a pro baller. I don't know. I cannot remember the last time I touched a basketball. I just did it because of my health, because I wanted to be in a healthier lifestyle. So you're gonna tell me like for your millions, for your financial security, your financial security, just to play the game that you claim you love, you're not willing to drop a few pounds. Yes, I know it's difficult. It is crazy difficult, bro. It is difficult. But yo, you have to have the conviction. Like you have to know what you want. That's why I'm saying I don't think
Man,
Zion is committed to basketball as much as he should be, as much as people think he is. Well,
I
this is
felt
my opinion.
do you share that opinion with a lot of people because it's a very big topic of discussion with it's been a very big topic of discussion and I wanna go back to the first his first I want to say his first season when he played LeBron. This
Hmm.
is and they were talking about, oh, this is a passing of the torch moment and this, that, and the third. We're like what, year 6, year 7 into Zion's career. He should already have had the torch. Like
Yeah,
he should have,
yeah.
like we should have been, because Carmelo Anthony said something very interesting. He was like, there's a gap, like for Zion's career right now, there's a gap where he should have been in certain conversations, and he should have we wouldn't have been looking for the face of the league at this point because he would have been the face of the league by
Hmm.
this point because of how exciting and how much of a dominant player he should have been,
Hmm.
which is a fantastic point. And I want to segue that into, if it's him not being committed to the Pelicans, if it's him not wanting to be there anymore, which I don't I don't know what happens in these organizations, but I do know Willie Green is a player's coach. He's a good coach. He's not like these other coaches in these other, certain teams. He did establish an identity out there in New Orleans that's working because they
Hmm.
do, with all of this going on, they're still a very, very good team and they have very, very good young talent. I say all that to say, if Zion doesn't like it in New Orleans, where else is he gonna go that has good enough structure for him to, I don't want to say force commitment to basketball, because if you're injured, if you have an injury that requires surgery and you work your way back on the court, I can't really question your commitment. That's I can never question your commitment with that,
Mm-hmm.
because having a leg knee injury and getting the surgery and then deciding that you're gonna go through rehab and then that you're gonna come back and be available for your team the following season is not an easy task, because it's just you and it's just your trainer. You're not with the team, you're not with nothing. It's just literally just you. So I can't 100% question his commitment. I'm not calling it laziness. I'm calling it he's too content with himself. It's the same problem I have with D'Angelo Russell. This is beautiful. It's the same problem I have with D'Angelo Russell.
Mm-hmm.
D'Angelo Russell is at a stage right now where he could have been much greater than he was, and he's reached the stage where he's okay with being a mentor to the young guys, and the way too early in his career, because he had a lot of juice left and he forced himself into the position he is now because he is too content with where he's at. Zion at this point in his career, I feel like he's content with where he's at, and people are constantly telling him he could be greater, he could be better, this is what you could be doing, and that's upsetting, having to constantly hear like about what you're not doing, especially when you have a game where you drop 25 here, you have a game where you do a 360 windmill and the fast break there. Like you're doing all these great things, and people are telling you, no, you could be greater. You should have been greater. I understand why he wants to leave. So it's just yeah, I don't know where he could go. I've heard people say he could come to Miami, but I don't know. I don't know if Miami's the place for stars anymore.
Let me tell you this. There's different type of players. You see how when they talk about military, they tell you people get drafted in the military for very different reasons. People come to the league for very different reasons. There's that player that come to the league because he wants to put his name in history. That is LeBron James. That is Kobe Bryant.
His
That
name's
is
already
Michael
in
Jordan.
history. His name's already
Hmm?
there. His name's already in history, though.
Oh, Zion?
Yeah, he had like his rookie year. He had his season where he was shooting like at least 60% from the field, averaging 25. That was,
Okay, his name in history because of a rookie year, and then what?
and then he got hurt. He hurt his knee, and then he had to sit out and miss these games, and then come back. And then we got into talk about, oh, he's not eating well, he's not doing this well, he's not doing that well. And the recent games
So
that I've been
that's
watching him play, he looked. That's the like the from a visual, that's the slim. He hasn't looked like this to me since he was in college, like where he was like stocky, put together, not like
so that's greatness in your opinion?
it's not greatness, but it's like the NBA has had great players who should have achieved more. So that's not to say he isn't. That's not to say he isn't great. Is it greatness?
Let me tell you.
No, because there's a greater level that he could go to, but he is still a great player. You could because I'll throw some other names out there who should have been greater than what they were, even though they were great players. Grant Hill's another one. All Grant Hill, great in college, all-time college player, comes to the NBA, comes to the Pistons, has a long NBA career, but he constantly get injured. He's constantly not available for his team, and he could have been better than what he was at
What?
the end of his career.
Okay.
We have a
What
like
was
out.
Where was Grant Hill drafted? What was his draft stock?
I'm pretty sure he was drafted high. I'm pretty he had to have been lot. He was either lottery or top five. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. Please,
Oh,
please,
I'm looking right now.
because
Yeah, he was the third overall pick.
yeah, yeah. So that's the same. So it's like in the same
In the same range. I'll give you that.
injury
Yeah.
riddled career. But if he's in the Hall of Fame, he still made it to the Hall of
So
Fame. That's what I'm
w-
saying. Zion's not. I'm not saying Zion's a Hall of Fame player. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like
Zion
he
is
could
not a
very
Hall of
well
Famer.
play the rest of his career, be a player that's giving you 25 a night on great efficiency and being like a dominant force for years to come. Like, let's say he has like a 15-year career
and he has enough accolades to get in the Hall of Fame, you could still look at that career and be like, no, he could have been better because of his work ethic, because of his like how
Yeah,
injury prone he was, all that stuff.
I'm gonna tell you this. I will be much more forgiving to a player like Derrick Rose, who played the game of basketball, got injured, got robbed of his career, of his prime. He still fought and fought and fought and fought to come back and be that Derrick was deserving of his jersey retirement than a player of Zion's caliber where you got injured. I respect that injury is a part of the game. Yes, I got injured too. You got injured, and then when you got injured now, you you play you like you said, you fought to come back and play, but the narrative out there is, oh, Zion is not eating well. Oh, Zion is not doing this. Oh, Zion is not doing that. Why? Because he doesn't want to be here. Like, I feel like I cannot even put Zion Williamson in the same caliber as a Leonard because Kawhi, although he didn't want to be in the Spurs, when he forced his way out, he went to Toronto and bought Toronto a chip. So until Zion goes somewhere like he wants to be, and Kawhi didn't want to be in Toronto because after the chip, what did he do? He got out
He
of
left.
here. Exactly. So until Zion goes somewhere he claims that he wants or wanna be and bring that team a championship with which I doubt that he will be able to do. I will not have that level of respect for him. That is just me as a fan of the game that had such, well, you can say more that I am disappointed in Zion because I had expectations and he did not live up to them. So
Hey,
now,
that's fair to
yeah, go
say.
ahead.
I'll give you
Yeah.
a great name. Vince Carter. Vince Carter is another one. Vince Carter had a Hall of Fame career, but he did not live up to expectations. That is Vince Carter's legacy. As the totality of Vince Carter's career as a player, when you look back at it, he did not meet expectations. Half man, half amazing, put Toronto on the map. He didn't have championships to show for it. He had the All-Star nods. He was, as a talent, Vince Carter could do everything on the basketball court. He could do everything. Especially too when he came in that era when it wasn't like LeBron James was the comparison. No, people were looking for Michael Jordan replacements.
Mm-hmm.
Vince Carter came in a time where Michael Jordan was still on the Wizards and on his way out and doing all this, that, and the third. Vince Carter was propped up as like a replacement face of the league for Michael Jordan coming out of college.
Mm-hmm.
Dunk contest champion, leaping a bit. He could shoot the three. He could offensively. He was a gifted player when he was in
Yeah,
Toronto. When
yeah,
he was on
yeah,
the
he had
Knicks,
a bag. He had a bag.
long career where his talent, where nothing you can never take away his talent. And he played. I'm pretty sure he played 20 years like LeBron. Probably more so.
He
I
played,
think
he played, he,
22.
the only thing he had going for him was the longevity. Although
The
he wasn't
longevity,
like
and
yeah,
he
a
and he
LeBron
still made it
James
to the
type
Hall
of
of Fame.
longevity. Yeah.
And he still made, his talent was still able to carry him to the Hall of Fame. And it's same thing with Zion. This is why I like this person too, because he left Toronto in an ugly manner. They hated him. They hate it took almost a decade for him to finally come around and like give the man a statue, retire his jersey, give him a day for the arena. That took time. They hated that man when he left. Like we're talking booze. The same thing might happen to Zion right now because the man did not want to be there. This is a player who he didn't deal too bad with injuries, but he still had them. He did not want to be there. He goes somewhere else, balls out with that team, doesn't really do much for that team in terms of success, goes to another team, doesn't really do much for that team for success. Zion could follow that same path, but throughout that whole time that Vince Carter is doing that, his talent is still giving him a Hall of Fame like career to the point where he's at the Naismith giving a speech, and the narrative, yeah, he was a great player, yeah, he was this, but when you look at the what his ceiling should have been, it should have been much. He should have taken that torch and ran with it. He took on a different torch. Zion right now is taking on a different torch, but people are more frustrated with him because it's clear where his ceiling is, or where his talent should be able to take him.
Yo, it
And
is.
people are just
Hold
really
on.
trying to find a reason.
Okay, you could now. He was frozen for
I
a
was
minute,
gonna
but we could still hear you. He just was frozen for a minute.
okay, okay. I was gonna say, well, like people are like looking for multiple reasons as to why he isn't where he needs to be, and the weight thing and the food thing is definitely a part of it. But at the same time, too, it's like at this point we at this point it's not up to us. We're gonna come up with narratives to where blue in the face. It's not up to us. It's up to him whether or not it's on
Mhm.
another team. Okay, but I feel like he's still gonna have a great career regardless of what he does because his talent is that great. I'm not looking for him to. We're already looking for the next face of the league, and he's not in those conversations. So I think
No, is that
collectively we've already moved
Wemby is the
on
face of the league. Is the next? Is
from
being Wemby is stock options for being the first of the league is very high right now. So
very high.
quickly, I just want to quickly apologize to the people. Sorry, the snow is pouring out there, so the internet connection is a little bit shaky. But
Yeah,
we're making our way through it, so that's good. Wemby stock option is way higher than Zion when than Zion's right now, and I will say after Wemby we have Ant-Man. After Ant-Man, even Ja Morant is being talked about as the face of the league more than Zion. So, in my opinion, with all of Ja Morant's off the court scandals, Zion. Well, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I already said that Zion did not live up to my expectations, and I think Zion will be like another Greg Oden. It will be another. I'm not even. I know my brother was there and he said Ben Simmons. I don't even think Zion will be like Ben Simmons. I don't even think so. I think Zion will go to another team. uh he will have a chance to be a starter, and then is off the court watch him what's the word I'm looking for, behavior, his off the court behavior will still prevent him to be that great player that he's supposed to be, and then team will start to lose interest because you have to think about it. Yo, there's about 60 hungry players that are coming to the league every year,
hmm
okay, without saying those undrafted, without considering those undrafted talents. Every year, there's 60 young men gunning for your place. 60. So you have to work to be part of that conversation. You have to put in the work. And I don't think he is. That's just me. I don't think he is.
I don't know. That's a like that's just man.
Because
I feel, man.
right now, in my opinion, Zion is holding the place of a lottery pick in New Orleans right now.
Really,
Yes, you could have gotten somebody that can come and give you Zion's number on a well, there's G League players in my opinion that can come and give you Zion's numbers on a regular basis.
I can't say that. Nope, I can't say that.
What is Zion averaging this year?
I can't say that with confidence, man. I can't say that with confidence, man.
I
Because
believe
we
so.
know because we know what
Zion
Zion seems to
is
do,
averaging
man.
22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists.
Yeah,
You don't
on a
think
regular.
you
I
don't
don't
think there's
know.
a G League kid that will put in the work and can give you those numbers?
A G League, a G League.
A high
Mm,
G League like a player that is like an MVP level player in the G League. Okay, let's see.
okay, that's different. Like MVP level player in the G League could give you 22. An MVP player in the league could give you 22 a night. But Zion is like, what Zion is efficiency though? Like when you say 22, when you say 22, 8 and 5, you gotta
So
understand.
Let me tell you.
His 22 is gonna be it has to be an efficient 22.
Let me tell you this. There's a play I'm looking at. I don't know. You watch the G League, I don't. I'm looking at the G League stats right now. There's a player, Brendan Williams. Do you know him?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's averaging right now 29 points.
Mm-hmm.
On uh he's averaging 29 points with a field goal percentage of 47%,
Mm-hmm.
3-point percentage of 38%.
Mm-hmm.
Rebound is 5,
Mm-hmm.
assist is 6,
Mm-hmm.
um, steal is 2. So I guess he's a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
don't
still
think?
that's
Hmm?
could he replace Zion's production? I can't say that. I
I
still can't
mean,
say that.
there's only one way to know. There's only one way to find out. Is putting him, giving him a chance. And why
And that goes back to the greater conversation we had about the G League, where there's just not enough opportunity in the league to really see these people. And if he's not playing Zion, I feel like too, if he's not playing Zion's position, I can't really make that comparison of their
comparison?
stats.
I agree. That's why I was like he's a point guard, but um, in my opinion,
Really, yeah, like because his role is going to be different.
yeah, it was gonna be a different role. But in my opinion, a player that is how you said it best. Availability is the best what?
It's the best ability, and that's why he's not getting a max. He's not getting a max contract. I don't think he's getting. There's no way. There's no way you give him a max contract because you can't. Because you have to. These GMs need to start rewarding commitment, and that's crazy coming from me because I'm currently on the verge of losing one of my favorite star players ever in Jimmy Butler, in Himothy buckets. I'm man, I'm on watch. Okay, I'm on watch for real sadness right now because he came
How,
back and
how
he
did you
said,
feel about his comeback?
I don't know why everybody had expectations. We did a finals series with the Denver Nuggets to know we can't beat them. Um, I watched Bam struggle for 4 quarters. They were like, Bam is really playing hard defense against Jokic. Jokic was flirting with a triple double before halftime. Jamal Murray looked like he never had hurt his ACL because Duncan Robinson was guarding him after shooting over Duncan Robinson in the post with one-legged jump shots. I was watching Christian Brown isn't even like this crazy like all-star caliber type of player, and he was getting to the rim like nobody's business. We have no answer for the Denver Nuggets, but we're built like a Denver Nuggets team from Walmart, where we're supposed to have a center who's good at passing, and good at playmaking like Bam. We're supposed to have a star player who he dropped 18. He ain't playoff Jimmy. He regular season Jimmy. He just here. He's just here so he don't get fined. Word to
You're
my
the
man Mashar like Lynch. He just here so he don't get fined. We have I don't know. I didn't expect
you,
like I was watching the game. I was watching the games because
you're
I
the which version of the Nuggets?
yeah, we're the Timu version of the Denver Nuggets. We are the great value brand version
Of the
of the
Denver Nuggets.
and I don't know. Did the game we played against San Antonio today was a great game because we finally got to see where our rookie center who deserves to play center dropped 25 today. That's what
Oh, we
like
did.
finally and he played alongside Bam. We had it was good. The roster on the court looked good. Jimmy was still being passive, but he was making the right decisions, and frankly, that's all I ask. I know he don't want to be here, but just make the right plays when you on the court. Like fake it till you make it. I don't care. I don't care.
Scary
Just
Terry gave
just
you 20.
and that's rare. I honestly I want him traded too, just for the fact that the scary Terry experiment it just didn't work. It didn't work. Like this is just us being completely honest. It didn't work. in Charlotte, he was just hitting a good ride, but in when he got to Miami, especially after he injured his neck, it just hasn't been the same level of efficient production. He was more locked in defensively too before the injury. Defensively now, he's there. He's a body defensively still, but it's just not the same. So I could see them trading him too, or just not re-signing him. I don't know who we replace him with, but there's better out there. There's a couple players I'd love to see on the team if we do get
Yo,
rid of
but
people. But yeah,
um,
as
we
long as
we
Jimmy's in a Miami Heat uniform, this hoodie is gonna stay clean. You feel me? We're forever Jimmy Butler forever, man. I don't care. The Miami Heat should have did better. And I saw a report that said that a lot of his frustrations came from Pat Riley not upgraded the team. And I agree. I did not need to see Kyle Lowry in the Miami Heat roster. That's another player I don't like. Don't ask me. Anywho.
But yo, we talk so much about football, man, and we kind of dwell on that Zion thing that we hit that hour mark, bro. So we have to wrap it up. There's a lot of things I wanted to talk about that we did not get a chance to talk about, but we will definitely talk about them next time we meet. So with that being said, guys, I want to thank you for riding with us. Thank you for tuning in, and we need another show, bro. We need to bring another show because we need to. So we'll talk about that. And guys, again, stay warm if you are in the north. If not, I don't like you right now.
It's gonna be man. I'm finna wake up to 16 degrees tomorrow. I don't want to. Um, but yeah,
Bro.
clearly we tell us what teams. Matter of fact, tell us who now that the Lions are gone and everybody doesn't have a solid high team to root for. Who you rooting for to go against the Chiefs? Unless you're a part of the enemy rooting for the Chiefs, who are you? Who do you want? Who do you want to make it to the promised land and win the Super Bowl? Comment down below. Tell us how you feel if you watch the NBA. Tell us how you feel about your basketball team. There was so much good going on. I didn't even talk about the Pistons, and I love the Pistons. The Pistons doing great this year, so I'm always hype about the Pistons. But tell us, what your NBA team is doing. If your team is doing what you like. My team currently right now is not. Um, yeah, like, comments, share. We got a lot of things coming still in the channel. We're just getting it, working out the kinks. Stay
Mhm.
warm, working on resolutions.
Keep going,
Stay off
guys. Keep going.
stay off of TikTok. Get them job applications in.
Indeed
TikTok
is
might
always
be
working. Always working.
Indeed, they
24/7.
never getting shut down. LinkedIn, they never getting shut down.
24/7.
24/7,
All right.
365 days a year.
365
You
days,
know.
guys. Stop those dances. All right. Yo, I hope you guys have a good week though, and enjoy. Tomorrow's a holiday. Enjoy the day off. Tuesday, I'm back at it,
Yeah,
y'all.
I'm okay.
All right. Yeah, MLK. MLK. So
I have a dream that my teams will succeed and do better.
I have a dream. I have a dream that Dalton Kenneth won't miss a three and fuck up my parlays.
He was so mad, yo. He was pissed.
Yo,
He
this
was
is
like,
crazy, bro. This is crazy. Yo, I had everything checked, bro. All right, guys. Have a good week.
"Oh,
Yo, that's the
oh
bullshit, man.
shit."
All right, man. Yo, I'll link up
All
with
right,
you,
y'all.
bro.
We'll see you
Everybody
next
else,
week.
see you next week. Peace.